Welcome back, everybody, to For Goodness Take. Today, we have Minnesota State guard Noah Hart. Noah, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well, thank you. So today we're going to talk some basketball, banter back and forth, and all that good stuff. To kick it off,
Perfect.
what is your earliest memory of basketball?
Man, I started playing basketball as early as I can remember, honestly. It's the first toy I had, honestly, I think in my house. Little tyke hoop around the house. I'd always have a ball in my hands, always playing whenever I could.
When did you start falling in love with the game?
Honestly, it was probably when I got to be on for my first basketball team. My dad actually coached it, which helped a lot. I wasn't really a nervous kid or anything, but it was pretty fun. My dad coach and it just kind of made me feel a bit more comfortable. And from there, I think we started in kindergarten. Actually, we were the Jayhawks, and so we played up, and it was a blast. So I think that's really when I first fell in love with it.
When did you realize you could start going somewhere with it?
You know, I love playing sports as a kid. I played all kinds of sports growing up. That's just kind of what I did. But basketball, I really fell in love with. It was the one sport that I love to practice on my own. I mean, I played soccer, but that wasn't really something that I like to do in my spare time. Basketball, I'm lucky enough to have a hoop in my backyard, so I go out there often and work on my ball handling, and it was just something that I could do whenever, which really helped.
What was the recruiting process for you in high school? Because as you mentioned, you've been grinding a lot, and you fell in love with grinding for basketball. So what was the recruiting process for you like, and why'd you commit to Minnesota State?
Yeah, the recruiting process, man, it's the tricky business, that's for sure. I started getting some looks when I was a sophomore in high school. Nothing really crazy came in yet. I only played a little bit on my high school team my sophomore year. They really started coming in my junior year when I started on my high school team, and had a few offers from some NAIA schools locally, and then as the season progressed, had a fair amount of D2 offers come in. Received a Division I offer from Air Force, and a lot more looks from that. But then, unfortunately, my senior year of high school, I tore my ACL 10 games into my season, so that kind of hurt the recruiting process quite a bit, which was unfortunate. But everything happens for a reason. So I kind of just stuck to the process, took rehab really hard. I wasn't able to be in the gym like I normally am. So I took rehab to kind of where like what basketball was, just attacked it every day to try and get better. And, a lot of coaches kind of backed off after the injury just because it was so late in the recruiting process. And Minnesota State had reached out, kind of just seeing where I was, and they got me up on a visit right away, which was awesome. And one of our assistant coaches, who's no longer with us, had him last year, Pat Garvin, who took a Bethany offer, head coaching job right down the street. So we'll still see him around, but he was super awesome to me. Always communicated with me, and like I said, got me up on a visit right away, and it just felt like home. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, so Minnesota State's only about 3 hours away. So it's kind of that comfortable getaway, but it's still close to home. And campus was nice, kind of reminded me of Des Moines, and it just felt right. The facilities are extremely nice for a Division II school. Honestly, probably the best in the country, and the coaching staff was awesome.
Okay. You redshirted your freshman season. Was there a specific reason why you did that?
So I came in, like I said, my knee wasn't still 100% healthy yet, and I just didn't feel like rushing in would be the best option. So I talked over with my coaches, and we decided that taking a redshirt year just to do more rehab on my knee would probably be best. And so got up there right away as I could. I think it was like August 20th or something. Got up there and met with the trainer and the strength coach and got after right away. And I didn't get to start practicing until about after Thanksgiving break, but was always around the guys. So during practice, I go into the training room and do a bunch of stuff with my knee, and it just felt right. So back at it this year, hopefully, if COVID stays away from the season, but we'll see what happens.
Having redshirted, what did you learn that year?
It was a grind. It was tough. Missing my senior year of high school, it really killed me. We were number one in the state at the time, kind of running through our conference, and a lot of people had pegged us to win a state title. So it was really tough. And that had always been my dream in high school, was to win a state title. Even that was honestly my first goal when I was younger playing basketball, was to win a state title at my high school. And almost got it done my junior year, but we finished third place, was actually the best in school history. I made the all tournament team that year, and so came back with senior year having a little bit of revenge. But unfortunately, didn't get the job done. We got third place again. But from the redshirt year, it was a struggle taking another year off of basketball. You know, I mean, it's a struggle when you do something your whole life that you love and it just keeps getting pushed off. But it's just about falling in love with the process in a different way. And so I got pretty close to my GA at the time, Carson, who is actually now our assistant coach. And so I fell in love just working out anytime I could, getting in the gym. And, it was just eye-opening to see the game of basketball kind of from a different perspective again. I mean, on the bench, it's a whole different perspective when you're not playing. And so it was also really nice to just kind of get a feel for the level of basketball change, because obviously it's a lot different from the high school level to the collegiate level. So that was pretty nice from the redshirt perspective.
What's the biggest difference between the high school game and the collegiate game that you've noticed?
Definitely the pace of play. High school is really slow. We unfortunately don't have a shot clock in Iowa high school basketball, which makes a lot of people unhappy. But the pace of play is definitely the biggest thing for sure, I would say. It's just up and down, and just the strength of everybody. Everybody's much bigger than high school, and I would say those two things.
There's going to be some really difficult guys to guard when you come back. But so far, who's been the hardest guy you've had to guard? Because I know you played for the Iowa Barnstormers, so you've played some really high-level teams in your past.
Yeah, no, I was really fortunate for when I was younger in AAU. I played for Kingdom Hoops program out of Ankeny, Iowa, from 3rd to 8th grade, and then we had some people jump around from team to team. So I jumped over to the Barnstormers from my high school, and we were lucky enough and fortunate enough to be on the Adidas Gauntlet circuit, which was pretty cool. And so with that, we gotta play pretty good dudes. I would say some of the toughest guys I had to guard was Ashton Higgins, who was the Kentucky point guard this past year. Greg Brown, who's going to be a freshman this year at
Texas.
Texas. Yep, he
Sheesh.
was pretty tough. He was that was kind of that wasn't really, everybody likes different things on the court. Obviously, everybody likes to put the ball in the hoop, but I took a lot of pride in my defense. It was just something that a lot of people normally don't as much as other people. And so I would always make it a goal of mine to whoever we played, whoever the best player was, no matter height, weight, I'd try to guard him. And so Greg Brown was definitely a tough one, him being taller than me and a little bit lengthier, but by far the hardest one was RJ Hampton, my
Ooh,
sophomore
RJ
year.
Hampton.
Yeah, he was he played on his dad's team. They were out of Texas. And, Ashton Higgins, I held him to 6 points when he was on Game Elite, which was pretty cool. I mean, every coach in America felt like was sitting courtside for him at the time because he hadn't been committed to Kentucky. So I felt pretty good about that one. But RJ Hampton, he was something. He was everything he could do with the basketball was ridiculous.
Did he catch you under the rim once or twice?
He did not. I've not been dunked on yet in my life, and I'm hoping it stays that way. But the way he could create space was ridiculous. And, the Adidas Gauntlet, they do stats and everything afterwards. And so I felt pretty good about how I guarded him. And we checked the stats after the game. I think he had like 39 or something ridiculous. He ended up
Head?
taking, yeah, he ended up taking, I think, like 78% of his team shots. And so his percentages were pretty low, but it didn't feel like 39, that's for sure.
I mean, at least you can say you held a future NBA lottery pick below 40 points, which is more than
Yeah,
most
no,
people can say.
no kidding, no kidding.
When you were guarding him, what kind of shoes were you wearing? And the shoes you were wearing, are those your favorites to hoop in?
Oh, man. So, again, on the Adidas Gauntlet, we weren't really allowed to wear Nike because at the time we were a pretty prestigious Adidas team, and so they tried to keep it much Nike away. So I actually hooped in some Andrew Wiggins at the time. Those were my favorite when I was playing on the Adidas circuit. It was almost like just wearing a sock. They were so comfortable. I think I was wearing my pink ones, actually, which were some of my all-time favorites for sure.
Are those the Wiggins are your all-time favorites, or do you have another one?
For when I was with Adidas, they was definitely my favorite. Now coming back to Nike, I think Kobe's got to be my all-time favorite for sure.
I think my favorite shoes to hoop in are either Harden 2s or Harden 3s, which are Adidas, obviously.
Yep.
I also noticed you have a shoe rack behind you, so give me a little tour of those shoes behind you.
Yeah, I can do that. I got a problem with some shoes, let me tell you. I got a lot of Kyrie's, took the whole SpongeBob collection,
Sheesh.
some the Nike ones, big Jordan 11 fan from there. And then I got my Kobe collection over there, which I don't even really wear those as much anymore just due to everything that went down. But
What are your favorite shoes to wear, just in day-to-day basis?
day-to-day basis, probably my Kobe's. I don't like playing in low tops as much. I've never, knock on wood, never really had any ankle problem, but not a huge low top guy. And a lot of the Kobe's that I own are low tops, so I kind of like to wear those around. You'll probably see me most wearing my Jordan 11s. Huge fan of those.
I mean, judging from all the shoes you have, I think you're a sneakerhead. Would you consider yourself a sneakerhead?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the bank account sometimes, but yeah, no, I'm a huge sneakerhead.
If you can get your hands on one pair of shoes, what would it be?
That's a good question, honestly. You know, I don't like to go after anything like crazy expensive. I like to kind of just stick around and keep some of these regular ones. I'm not sure if I have an all-time favorite.
Hmm. I don't like to wear like Jordans and stuff because I have a super small foot, so it just looks like I'm wearing like a clunky little box on my foot. So I just
Yeah, I'm
stick to
not.
like generic Vans or Nike jogger shoes. But if I can get
Yep.
my hands on like a Travis Scott Cactus Jack
Oh,
shoe,
yep.
that'd be
Yep.
so
Those.
nice.
Yeah, I would agree. Those are pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not a huge Jordan guy really. I actually hadn't owned a pair of Jordans until like last year. And I was just going through Foot Locker with one of my buddies, and they had an extra pair of the 11 low snakeskin ones. I was like, man, if I get these, it's going to be a problem. So I ended up getting them, and yeah, from here on out, I was like, all right, I'm just going to keep 11s and keep it at that.
Still have not gotten my first pair of Jordans. I don't know how that's possible, but I just have not gotten my hands on a pair of Jordans ever.
Yeah, it's for me, I like collecting stuff. So if I get one pair, I feel like I got to keep going. So I'm just going to keep it at the 11s.
Are you more of a Nike guy or an Adidas guy?
I would definitely say Nike guy. I was when we joined the Adidas at the time. A lot of the guys on the team were kind of like, "Oh, I'm not really sure about this. I'm not sure about their gear." They really did surprise me, though on the gauntlet. They treated us really well. Gave us super nice gear. Honestly, I would say all Adidas shoes are more comfortable, but just now, Minnesota State gets sponsored by Nike. We wear Nike all the time, so I would say Nike for sure.
Another debate is the PS5 Xbox debate. So which side are you on for that?
Oh man, it's not even close. I'm definitely a PS5, PS4 guy for sure.
Okay. Are you gonna get the new one?
You
Like PS4 to
I hope
PS5?
so. Yeah, I hope so. I got to keep some money, to get some food up in college. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, at some point I hope
I mean, you might have to start dealing some shoes if you want to get the 2K, if you want to
to.
get Madden, if you want to get all those games.
Right? No kidding. Yep.
I really hope they make like an NCAA basketball 21 for PS5, which I believe I'm
Yeah,
gonna get if I save enough money. But what overall would you be, do you think, if they put you in an NCAA game?
man, that's a good question. Um, man, I have to give myself I would say like a 91, 92 type
91,
guard.
wow.
Yeah, we're going way up on the first one.
So would that just be limited to D2 or all NCAA, like D1 included Power 5 schools, you're 91, 92?
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe we'll bump it down to like an 88 then if we go
Okay,
everywhere.
okay. What build would you be?
That's a good question. I would say something facilitating shooter or something like that. That's
You
that's
think
kind of way I like to play my game. I'm a pass first kind of point guard. I love getting my teammates involved. In high school, I averaged 6.5, 7 assists a game, and obviously everybody likes putting the ball in the hoop, and that's pretty enjoyable. But getting your teammates open and creating for them, there's nothing better than that.
okay. So pass first point guard, you're the one. Give me four other
Yeah.
players you would build yourself around to make an NBA championship roster.
Wow, that's a real good question. Definitely LeBron. I got to put LeBron in there for
At
sure.
the three.
I'll put him at the 3. Yep. Um, Man, we've me and my buddies have this debate all the time. Top 5 in the league right now, but all time. Hey, I'll do 5 right now. I'll do
Yeah, do
5 right
5
now.
currents.
All right, 5 currents. It's got to be LeBron. If I'm the one, I'll slide over to the 2 guard. I want Steph at the 1.
Okay.
I want Steph at the 1. I'll slide to the 2. Put LeBron at the 3 for me. Let's put Durant, healthy Durant at the 4, and then I'll put Anthony Davis at the 5.
Okay. I ask this question a lot, and most people say they're just going to stand in the corner and just chill in the corner pretty much, pass the ball whenever necessary, shoot only if asked to. So what would your role
Yep.
on that team be?
Man, I would try if I was on that team. Man, I would do whatever I need to do to win. I would be the
Okay.
hustle guy. I make sure to get every loose ball. I try and knock down shots whenever I got the ball open, facilitate anything I got to do. I'd stay in my lane though, nothing crazy.
Yeah, you kind of need to get on LeBron's good side if you don't want to get traded, it seems like.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll be the Matthew Dellavedova for him.
You said that you and your friend have a debate of top 5. Do you mean top 5 current or top 5 all time?
No, we just do current. If we did all time, we would talk for 3 days straight, and it would be awful.
Who are your top 5 current?
Man, it's LeBron at the 1.
Agreed.
Or LeBron's number 1. I'm gonna put Giannis at 2.
I put Kawhi at 2.
See, I just not a huge Kawhi fan. I'm not sure why. I just
Huh.
the personality gets me. I know that has nothing to do with
I
basketball.
love his personality.
It kills me. I'll put Giannis at the 2. I'm gonna put Steph at the 3.
Ooh.
Steph 3. Oh, I think Steph's the most underrated in the NBA. I think he's changed basketball.
Okay.
I think
I
he's
agree
changed
with
basketball
that.
completely. He's changed the game. I mean, you see dudes like Damian, and they're shoot from anywhere on the court, and that strictly comes from him. I'm gonna put him at 3, Kevin Durant at 4, and I'll put Kawhi at 5. So right behind that is Anthony Davis. I hate him, but James Harden, the way he can score the ball is ridiculous.
Why
But
do you hate James Harden?
his defense, like I told you, I take a lot of pride in my defense, and his defense just kills
Mm-hmm.
me. But the things he can do with the ball is just ridiculous. The
My
way he can
top
score.
5, I got LeBron.
Yep, that's a good answer.
I'm going to go KD because I
Yep,
didn't know we were including injured players. Got KD 2, Kawhi
yep.
3. I'm going to go Steph 4, Giannis 5, or Giannis 4, Steph 5, one of the two. Interchangeable
All right,
right there.
I agree with that. So we got sniffing the same guys, just a little different order.
I think LeBron's the best player of all time, though. I'm not sure if you're with that on me.
See, again, I love basketball. I've watched basketball my whole life. I personally think that if you were not able to watch Michael Jordan, then you cannot debate because I don't feel like it's right. In my
That's
mind,
fair.
I think LeBron's the GOAT because I've been able to watch LeBron my whole life.
Okay.
The Last Dance obviously helped a lot, but the Last Dance for the most part was like a highlight reel. When you watch on Twitter and Instagram and everybody's highlight reels, it's what you want to see. There
Yeah.
was there were some things, there were some bad things that they showed in there, but for the most part, it was everything that Jordan did to become who he is. I think they played in different eras of the game, obviously, and I think if you put LeBron back playing the way he does back in the old day, I think he just run through everybody completely. But
I agree with that.
I'm not gonna say one's the GOAT completely over the other. I'm just gonna respect both of them just because they've helped the game of basketball become what it is.
My philosophy is that MJ's the GOAT. He'll always be the GOAT. Like the shoe brand, 23, changed college basketball, just changed everything. But
Yep.
LeBron's the GOAT. He's the best of all time.
Yeah.
Personally,
No.
LeBron does more for the team than Michael Jordan does.
Absolutely. I think he's a better leader for the most part. There's a few possessions during the game where he'll walk back on defense, which I want to punch my TV screen. But, no, I think he's a great leader. I think people want to play with him. I really do. And, I mean, let's be real. The guy's got gray in his beard now, and he's still taking over the league.
Mm-hmm. You
But
really take pride in your defense. You keep saying it over and over, but that punching through the TV, you really take pride in your defense. So would you rather average 10 DRBs and 10 steals or 10 points and 10 assists?
ooh, that's a good question. I'm not, man. I would take the defense. Honestly, I really
Ooh,
would.
okay.
I think I'd take the defense just because, like I said, people don't take as much pride in their defense as their offense. So I think the four other guys on the court would take care of the offensive part.
It's like more of a Jonathan Isaac type of guy. Just you're on the court specifically to lock down their best player.
There you go. Yes, sir.
So who's your favorite player in the NBA that matches your kind of mindset defensively?
Um, it's a good question. You know, I really, really do love Chris Paul. I love the way Chris Paul plays, the way he competes, the way he leads his team, how smart he is about the game. And I think he really does take a lot of pride in his defense, too, for being a little guard.
Do you think he's gonna be on the Thunder next season? Because I'm hearing rumors that they're gonna ship him away for more picks.
You know, he's played so well with them. I mean, the Thunder, I mean, nobody would have thought that they are what they are now. I think he's kind of at the point in his career where he'll kind of do whatever. It wouldn't surprise me if he left or if he got shipped away, but I think he'll stay there, to be honest. I wish David Stern didn't veto the trade for him to go to the Lakers
Yeah, I'm on
way
board with
back
you
in
on
the
there.
day. Yeah.
Are you a Lakers
I mean,
fan?
I am. I'm a huge Lakers fan. You know, being
So
from
am
Iowa,
I.
you kind of get to pick who you're a fan of, which is nice. And
Hmm.
so my dad's always been a Lakers fan, so I kind of just grew up watching them with Kobe, and you know, I kind of just fell in love with the Lakers and stuck with them through the bad times the last couple of years. So I'm pretty excited for tonight to get the season back rolling and hopefully get another championship this year.
Yep. I think we're winning the ship. I think we're beating either the Bucks, Raptors, or Celtics in the finals. But whoever we play, we're winning. Whoever
I
comes out of the
agree.
West is gonna win. I feel like.
I agree. Absolutely. I hope that they're ready to go. They're pretty deep. You know, watching the few scrimmages was pretty nice. You know, hopefully Jr. and Mr. Waiters himself, Island, can get himself going, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm just excited to see Caruso back on the court. It's gonna be pretty funny.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, he takes Caruso something. He takes a lot of media attention away from everybody else, but he kind of deserves it.
I agree with that. When you're not playing basketball or talking about basketball like we have, what are you doing?
You know, when I tore my ACL, like I said, I'm super competitive, so I had to find something to do, and unfortunately, I caught the Fortnite bug. So I love playing Fortnite. I hate losing, so whenever I lose, I got to continue playing until I get a win. So you'll see me playing Fortnite a lot. I got two younger siblings, a little brother that'll be a freshman this year, and then a little sister that's a second grader. So I love hanging out with them, and just I'm a big family guy, so I love hanging out with my family.
What's the most kills you've ever gotten in a Fortnite match?
You
Solos.
know, yesterday actually I had a 12 kill solo win, which is pretty cool.
I'm horrible at Fortnite. I haven't played in a long time because when I played, as I mentioned, I sucked, so nobody would invite me to the party to play. So I just kind of gave up on that.
Right. No, I get you there. You know, I don't play a lot of squads. I like to go off on my own and do my own thing. So I'll take down one guy, maybe two, and the next thing you know, there's two more, and then so I'm a solo or duo or nothing guy.
I liked playing mobile when everyone first got it because everyone was horrible like me, but I was less
Yep.
horrible than everyone else. Like during class, I'd be on my phone playing Fortnite, or during lunch, my friends and I would go in like the classroom and play Fortnite on the phones.
Yep.
But
No,
ever since that craze passed, I haven't really done much with Fortnite.
yeah, no kidding. You know, I was horrible when I first started. I didn't get a win forever, and it made me crazy. And so, yeah, see, there's my little sister trying to bang on the door right now. So I played on the phone and I got super good at that. So I was like, okay, there's a chance I could be good on the game, and so it helped a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Would your brother say that he's better than you at Fortnite, or are you the best Fortnite player in the family?
No, my brother's better than me. He
Okay.
caught the bug. He caught the bug early, and yeah, he's definitely better.
Would you consider your brother a better hooper than you, though?
Oh, not quite yet. He doesn't have the drive yet. He's getting there though. He's a little bit different player than I am. I caught a growth spurt about this time in my stage, and he hasn't quite gotten there. So he's a little bit of a smaller guard, and he's much quicker than I ever was. His handles are crazy, but he's got potential, that's for sure. He's got potential to be better than I was, but not quite yet.
Do you guys do one-on-ones a lot?
We do. It actually helps us both. Him being so small, it helps with my ball handling, keeping me low, and for him, just kind of creating space against a bigger guard. We do play each other quite often in the backyard, and it does benefit both of us.
Has he ever beaten you though?
Absolutely not.
Will he ever
No,
beat you?
he could. Absolutely, he could, but not yet. Not until I'm done playing basketball officially, and maybe my competitive bug wears off. But I can't let myself lose like that.
Do you have any excuses ready for when he beats you? Just like, I don't know, I didn't stretch or I
Right,
massaged
maybe
yesterday.
it might have to be something on the spot, but we'll come when it gets there.
Similar to me, I have a brother that's 9 years older than me. First time I beat him
Okay.
in a one-on-one was when I was 14 or 15 or so. He was like 23, 24 at the time. But God, I had excuse after excuse after excuse after I
Yeah.
beat him. And I was like, I can't have
As
anything.
a little brother, I'm sure that feels really good.
It felt very nice. Felt very nice.
Yeah.
I don't see him too often though, so I want to catch him on the court again and just beat him over and over again until he knows that I'm the big dog on the court.
There you go. That's a good attitude.
So I'm gonna switch it up on you. This is called the speed round. I'm gonna say a
Yep.
word, and you're gonna say a phrase, memory, idea, emotion, whatever comes to your mind first. Just do it. Just speak it. Whatever suits you best.
All right. Does it need to be a quick answer? What are we looking for here?
Whatever suits you best. So whatever comes to your
All
mind
right.
first. It could be a paragraph. It
Perfect.
could be a word. Ready?
Sweet. Let's do it.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. I went there way too many times when I played AAU hoops through 8th grade. We'd be there at least 3 weekends in the summer, and it was ridiculous. But it's a good city. It's a fun time.
I do like Milwaukee a lot. Okay, Adidas.
Adidas. Adidas. Super nice gear. Not as good as Nike though.
Okay. Best team in Minnesota.
Best in Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota State by far.
You guys are playing against the Golden Gophers. What happens next?
I think we take them down easy.
You guys step toe to toe with the Minnesota Timberwolves. What happens next?
Oh man, the way they're playing right now, we could probably knock them off. But no, they probably get us. Their size would get us.
Okay. Luka Doncic.
Extremely underrated and will be a top 5 player in the NBA in the next 2 years.
Okay. Mark that down right there. Top 10 player according to you. How
Yes,
about
sir.
Noah Hart?
Noah Hart. Hard-nosed competitor, super confident, and just loves to hoop.
Don't we all? Okay. I'm going to switch it on you one more time. This is
Yes,
called
sir.
Recruit Me. I'm a 5-star
Yeah.
shooting guard from Los Angeles, and I narrowed my schools down to 4. UCLA, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and can you guess the fourth one?
I hope it's Kansas.
It's Minnesota State, actually. So how are you going to
Man,
convince me to commit to Minnesota State and just change the game forever?
like I said, as I mentioned way earlier, the facilities are truly crazy. We really do have it all. The gear that we get is ridiculous. Coaching staff, awesome. You ever need to talk to them about really anything, they're there for you. Stepping a little bit aside from athletic, or staying on the athletic side, actually, every sport is crazy good. Football made it to the national championship last year. Lots of tough one in the championship. Girls soccer is really good. Baseball, everything. I can go down the line. We actually have a hockey team that's Division I, which is pretty cool. And they finished the year when COVID hit. They were number 1 in the country, and so their arena is actually downtown in Minnesota, or not Minneapolis, but Mankato, and it's a super cool arena. And but stepping away from a little bit at the athletic side, it's a fun school. There's a lot of people there for a Division II. I can't tell you the exact number, but the social life, I wouldn't say party life, the social life's a good time. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. There's always something going on. The city's great. The community is really good. It's really the place to be, honestly.
Okay. I've dropped UCLA and Wisconsin, okay? Down to
Yo,
Minnesota and Minnesota State. Danilo
yes, sir.
Arturo called me yesterday and had a great pitch about coming to
Yep.
Minnesota. How are you going to counteract that and make me just ditch the Golden Gophers?
Again, I'll probably just reiterate the same things. Honestly, the facilities are probably just as nice, probably not as nice, but coaching staff, you can beat the coaching staff. Great. And I haven't even mentioned our team. You know, we've gotten some new guys this year. We had some seniors that graduated and some new guys step in from freshmen and transfers, but we have a great group of guys. We're super tight knit. We do everything together. We really do. They take care of us over winter break and Thanksgiving break when everything's kind of shut down and we have to stay up on campus. I mean, they feed us like crazy. They take really good care of us. But the guys, we all kind of live in the same little apartment complex. So we're always together, and you know, we just compete. We don't really settle for anything less than that.
The biggest thing I'm concerned about is I'm a 5-star shooting guard, so why would I go D2?
Yep. Why would you go to D2?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shots. A lot of
Okay.
shots. You know, we play pretty freely. We play with pace. We play together. There's never really been one guy that's like super stand out. You know, we play together really well, and we find the open guy. We find the hot hand, and again, it's the place to be. That's for sure.
The place to be on game day is the Taylor Center, though. So what's the Taylor Center like on game day, and how are those fans?
You know, for a Division II school, like I mentioned, again, I can't give you the specific number, but the arena, I mean, you can see in the back of you, you know, is crazy. I mean, it's huge, and we had a little bit of a down year last year compared to some other years, so our attendance wasn't great last year, but you know, we're gonna be a lot better this year, and we're gonna try and do a little bit more community things to try and get out there and make people want to be there. But you know, as you can see in that picture, when the place does get rocking, it really is. It's a great time and it's really cool in there.
Okay, I think I've heard enough. With everything you've been saying, I'm gonna commit to Minnesota State University. Go
Yes, sir.
Mavs!
There we go. It
Change
looks
the game with
good.
this one. Thank you.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you. Well, this concludes this episode of For Goodness Take. Noah, thank you so much for being on the show. Any final questions or comments?
Not at all, man. I really appreciate you reaching out and having me. It's a great time.
Of course. Thank you for being on the show, and best of luck to you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Hope to see you on campus soon.
You will for sure.